game plan. Did you get a lot of what you thought you would get from them as you studied them?
Yeah, I mean, again, you go try to study 12 games. There's a lot of stuff out there, and that's why you got to do a good job of focusing in on the things that you do and being able to adjust and adapt. And I thought we did a decent job of that. Come out the second half, had some good ideas and some things that that hurt us and got out of some things, and just didn't finish and capitalize as we came down the stretch.
Were there particular routes that they were able to run that maybe gave you a little bit more trouble, or things were tougher to defend?
It is what it is. Guys got to make plays, and we got to put them in situations where they can't make plays. So, there's no finger pointing. I mean, it's you got to give them credit too. They did a good job. The guy threw the ball in the right spots. Guys got to cover, guys got to rush, guys got to get there when we pressure. So, the biggest thing is we got to get better as a group, and that's what you see.
In terms of a positive, did Joey Bosa? I know you guys think a lot of him, but did he take it to another level?
Yeah, the sky's the limit. I mean, there's some really good young talent, and we just gotta we gotta put it all together. I think that's the biggest thing is we're just putting it all together and finishing a game, and starting a game. I think that's probably one of the things that has been toughest on us with our youth. When something negative happens, who's going to step up? Who's going to be that guy? To make the play and to get the momentum back our way.
Look, it seemed the loss of Roby there for a possession or two really hurt you, like in the backside. I mean, from a synchronicity standpoint or whatever. What'd you notice there during that critical drive?
It's tough, but I mean, you got to move on. That's why we got other guys, and guys got to step up, and guys got to go in there and be able to do what we expect them to do and hold up their end of the bargain. So there's no excuse of it, but obviously when you're one of your best guys and the guys that really has stepped up here and been a good leader these last few weeks for us, it makes it difficult on you.
Did their quarterback play better in the clutch than you? I'm not trying to get you a dissing, but did he step up? Did he surprise you with the way he stepped up?
He's a young kid. He did a great job. I mean, obviously they put him in some good situations, and he had some guys make plays. I mean, obviously the one that the guy was wide open, but some of the other balls he threw, guys went up and caught him over top of people, and that's what happens in big games.
Luke, how do you think that these guys will respond? They haven't had to respond to a loss like this in nearly 2 years. How do you think this group in particular will handle it and move on?
Well, these seniors will do a great job. I mean, if you guys think back, these seniors have been through a lot of stuff in 4 years, and that's what I kind of grabbed Jack and some of those guys who just went by him and said, "Hey, man, I really appreciate what you guys have done over a 4-year period, and I've been with you through a lot of that." So, this is just another step in that journey, and that's what sports teach you. That sometimes you rip your chest open, you give it your all, and then sometimes you don't get what you expect in return, and that's a part of life.
Do you think that tonight, a loss of a guy like Christian Bryant earlier in the season had a bigger effect?
That's the game of football. You move on, you continue to move on, and guys step up, and that's how new young guys get noticed. And there's nothing we can make excuses for. We got to do a better job, and when guys come in there, they're expected to be able to play just as well as the other ones.
Coach, how do you prepare for the next opportunity after a loss like this?
Well, I mean, just because it's been 2 years, a lot of us have been through situations where it's just a part of adversity, and I don't think with the senior guys that we have that we'll have a problem. We got some young guys. Guys have been in this program for a year or 2 years and don't know what it's like. They probably will as much as to see how we would react and respond to it as much as anything, and they'll take our lead. They're great kids. They're pleasers, and they'll take our lead.
24-hour rule on a win. What's the rule on a loss?
Well, it's hard because you don't get to go play next week. When you have a 24-hour rule, it's so that you can get prepared for the next week. When you don't have one next week, it's one of those things that when I was in school that happened too often and ate at you for too long. But you've been patted on the back. I tell the guys around here all the time that the hardest thing around Columbus, Ohio, to handle is praise. And criticism is not hard to handle because if you're not a tough person, you're in the wrong sport anyway. And criticism just makes you tougher and makes you grind harder, makes you work harder, and makes you a better person.
Are there specific things you see in the defense tonight that you think, from tonight or even last week against Michigan, that you think can be better for the bowl game?
Just all of us. Everything together as a one, and that's the thing we got to make sure we continue to do. Football is the greatest team sport known to man because it takes 11 guys. You have 10 out there, and they're going to find that one guy, and that's why it's such a special sport. And that's what we got to make sure we do a better job is all stick together through these adverse situations.
Thanks, Coach.